A couple of weeks ago, on a quiet Sunday morning, I sat down at 10 a.m. to prepare a detailed report on the automotive battery market for a client. I've done similar reports before, so I was confident I'd be done in 2 hours max. But then, life happened. The data was messier than I remembered, a key source had disappeared, I spent ages looking for it, and an urgent email popped up, 2 hours became 3, then 4, and then finally, I wrapped it up at 3 p.m. I had overestimated my efficiency and underestimated life's little chaos. But it's not just me, it's all of us. We constantly overestimate how fast we'll finish things, from work projects to weekend chores, and forget how unpredictable real life actually is. But why does this happen? What's going on in our brains that makes us so consistently optimistic, yet so frequently wrong about how we manage our time? The core reason for this universal frustration lies in a cognitive bias. Psychologists call it the planning fallacy. This is not something that came up in the internet era. It's a fundamental human cognition, first observed in the 1970s by two renowned scientists, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. They found that people, even experts with experience, routinely underestimate the time needed for tasks. This happens despite clear history, proving their estimates wrong. It's like a seasoned chef who has cooked a dish 100 times, still thinking it'll only take 30 minutes, when it reliably takes 45. The planning fallacy is our brain's tendency to create an overly optimistic forecast for how long a task will take, largely ignoring obstacles, unforeseen issues, and our own past experiences. It's a mental shortcut that tricks us into believing our plans are far more accurate than they are. Our brains, by default, are lean optimistic, sometimes to our own disadvantage. There are two powerful psychological factors that trick us into constantly underestimating task durations. One is our blind spot for reality. When we estimate, our brains instinctively focus on an ideal frictionless scenario. We visualize a perfect path, no interruptions, no technical glitches, no unexpected research, and no fatigue. The inside view neglects the messy, unpredictable realities of life. Phone calls, urgent emails, computer crashes, or needing a coffee break. We ignore past experiences. We simply fail to factor in all potential problems. And number two is a drive for optimism. We simply love to believe we are fast and efficient. Thinking a task will be quick, feels good, and motivates us to start. This is part of a wider optimism bias. Our brains give us a shorter, more appealing estimate. This powerful combination of an unrealistic ideal and emotional protection creates a persistent blind spot, leading to missed deadlines, increased stress, and a nagging sense that we are perpetually behind. This inherent stubbornness of optimistic planning is reinforced by Hofstadter's law. The law says it always takes longer than you expect, even when you take into account Hofstadter's law. This highlights a profound truth. Even if you know about the planning fallacy, even if you consciously add buffer time, that ingrained bias often makes you underestimate the buffer itself. This underscores why concrete strategies, not just awareness, are essential. But understand this, it's not a personal flaw or laziness. It's simply a human feature. You're living in a complex world filled with unpredictable variables, emotion, health, unexpected responsibilities, and other people. Planning for absolute perfection in such an environment is a recipe for constant disappointment. But if it's just a human thing, then why should we even attempt to fix it? Simply because it isn't just about managing tasks, it's about reclaiming your peace, productivity, and confidence. Prolonged underestimation of time will hit you hard. If you don't estimate your time correctly, you'll always be in stress. Constantly setting impossible deadlines means you're racing against the clock. The anxiety, late nights, and exhaustion are direct results of unrealistic planning. For a student, it's a panic of an all-nighter. For a professional, it's the adrenaline-fueled rush to meet a client deadline. Rushing to meet an impossible deadline often means cutting corners. Your work quality suffers, impacting grades, reputation, or personal projects. You'll always be in guilt and lose your confidence. Missing deadlines feeds a negative internal monologue. I'm so disorganized, I can't stick to anything. This self-criticism erodes confidence and motivation. Constantly falling short undermines your beliefs in your abilities. In professional settings, habitually missing deadlines damages your reliability with colleagues, clients, or professors. If you always say you'll send that by end of day and it constantly arrives next morning, trust erodes. The repeated cycle of underestimation, stress, and guilt can make you feel fundamentally incapable. But don't worry, like every problem, there's a solution. it's about becoming a smarter, more self-aware human. Here are 5 concrete, battle-tested strategies that can fundamentally change how you approach tasks. Number 1 is add a buffer. Your optimistic brain imagines the best case. Counter this by consciously adding extra time. If a task feels like 1 hour, block 90 minutes. For new or complex projects, add 50% or even double your initial estimate. A buffer accounts for inevitable interruptions, unexpected issues, and dips in focus. Think of it like adding travel time for unexpected traffic. And number 2, break big tasks into smaller, granular steps. This forces your brain to acknowledge the full scope, making the goal less daunting and provides more achievable wins. Number 3, use past data to inform your estimate. Stop relying on hopeful guesses. Start tracking. For just 1 week, honestly track how long everything takes you. The quick email check might be 30 minutes, or the 30-minute workout might be an hour. Your actual data is the most powerful weapon against a planning fallacy. Use it to adjust future estimates. If that report took 5 hours last time, plan for 5, not 3. Number 4, create an uninterrupted work zone. Your brain thrives on focus, but distractions constantly pull you away. For critical tasks requiring deep work, proactively create an interruption-free zone. This might mean putting your phone on silent or out of reach, closing all unnecessary tabs on your computer, or even simply sending a quick text message to family and colleagues that you'll be busy for the next X minutes or hours. These small actions minimize the constant context switching that eats away at your estimated time, allowing you to actually get into the flow. And number 5, accept good enough over perfection. Perfection is a hidden time thief. We often spend 80% of our effort for the first 80% of the result, then another 80% for the last 20% of perfection. For most tasks, good enough is truly enough. Define done upfront and resist the urge to endlessly tweak. Done is always better than perfect. The more honest you are about how long things take, the more you proactively account for life's messy reality. The less you feel like you're falling behind, you'll move from perpetual frustration to realistic empowerment. That's not being slow, that's being smart. That's setting yourself up for success, reducing stress, reclaiming your time and energy. If this resonated, share it with a friend who always underestimates their to-do list. And tell me in the comments, what's one task that completely fooled you and with how long it took? I'm curious to hear your stories because you're definitely not alone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, hopefully on time.